Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Bailey and I'm the owner of Goo Goo Goods. Today's video is going to be another market vlog. It is Friday and it's around 1 o'clock and I am headed down to Wesley Chapel, Florida. It's a little bit before Tampa. It's about 2-ish hours away from me, so it is a long drive. It is a night market. It's called the Market Elaine. I don't know if I just said that, but I'm going to the Market Elaine and it happens every first Friday of the month. And they were kind of concerned that weather was potentially going to be bad tonight, but they think that there might be a little bit of rain at the beginning of setup, but then we should be good after that. The market does go from 5:30 to 9:30, so it is going to be a later one. I've not done a night market like this in a while. I did that one at Cava, but like that potentially like wasn't going to be a night market. It just kind of happened that they let us like stay. So this one is a night market and I'm very intrigued. Casey and Dylan from Forever Booked recommended me doing it and they're going to be down there. So if today goes well, I may or may not do it again next month because I obviously wanted to go good or whatever, but Ethan has to like take a half day and come home and then I have to drive down there, so it is just a lot of rigmarole. I packed a lot of stuff obviously, so hopefully I do good tonight. My goal to make it worth it to me, I'm gonna say, is like $1,000. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make $1,000 based on, well, I mean, I definitely should. I have the ability to make $1,000 based on what I have packed, obviously, but I don't have a ton of the mushroom embroidered shirts. I worked on them last week, but I ran out of beige thread, so I was waiting for that to be delivered, but it wasn't delivered in time. I don't have any of those Florida sweatshirts that were really popular at Market for Makers, but I did decide to bring some of my like retro pullovers. So I definitely think 1,000 is gonna be my goal for today, because if I don't make 1,000, it's not really worth like driving the 4 hours and being late, like being out late and then like Ethan having to come home. So $1,000 is gonna be my goal tonight. So I hope I make it, and if I do, I'll do it next month. I'll do it for the first weekend, first Friday in August. Setup begins at 2:45 and like I said, it's about 2 hours away and it's almost 1, so I should be pretty good on time. So setup is between 2:45 and they want to set up by 5:15. So I definitely think that's enough time. The thing that's probably gonna take me the most time today getting ready is putting my lights on, and then after that I did unbag all of my apparel for Market for Makers, but since this is outside and it's potentially going to rain, I'm also going to have to bag, like I want to bag a lot of my apparel, so I'm also gonna have to do that. So that's probably gonna take a little bit of time, and then I have to put together the racks or whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and head down there. Hopefully it's not too hot. It feels like a very hot day and I probably should have brought sunscreen, but I didn't. But I did bring water and I did bring my fan, so I should be good to go. So let's just go ahead and head down there. I also meant to add that it's only $70 to do this market, so that's a pretty reasonable booth fee compared to a lot of the other markets that I do. So let's go down there and make $1,000.
must think that I'm a restless case because I ran away, because I ran away. If you listen to the words I say, you know that I'm okay, you know it's just a phase. Don't think I'm leaving cause I'm not at all, and if you get hurt it's unintentional. I just wanted you to realize that I'm the one you like, that I'm the one you like. So where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go? I don't know. Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Baby, I've been busy missing you. Say, have you missed me too? Say, have you missed me too? Was this intermission good for you? Yeah, was it good for you? Or are you just confused? Don't think I'm leaving cause I'm not at all. So if you get hurt, it's unintentional. And I know that what I did was typical. I just needed time to show you what you got. So where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from All I ever wanted was a sign from you, telling me you need me here just like I do. All I ever wanted was to make it through. Tell me, how about you? How about you? So where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here?
This is my 7 o'clock check-in, so I was gonna do a 6:30 check-in because technically that would be an hour in, but it started to rain and I had to move my displays in. I decided to not put stuff in the bags today, which is kind of funny because some of the edge things got wet, so you know, you never know. But we're doing okay. We're doing pretty good. I'm not digging the rain, but right now we're at 212, so that's really, really good. I am on only one of the Ethan bags. So funny, I thought I brought more. I brought a lot of the rainbow, the cowboy boot, and the breakfast bag, but I guess I didn't bring more of the Ethan bags like I thought I did. So that's kind of funny, but everyone has come by that has been really nice, and they said they really like my displays and they like my stuff and everything. So I'm feeling pretty positive. I'll put you up and kind of show you what we're looking like. I don't know if the rain is going to keep people away, but the rain has definitely kind of stopped a little bit. So once it gets to be a little bit more dry out here, I'll maybe move my stuff a little bit. So I had to move that shelf in, and I had to move those in a little bit, and I went ahead and took the embroidered like shirts off of the end of it just because they were really close to the edge and getting wet. So that's a little womp womp. But yeah, so that is how it's going right now. I'll set you up so you can see what we're looking like. Check-in, and we're still doing pretty good. We're at about $560 for the night so far. We only have like an hour and a half left, so that's not a ton of time. I don't know if I'm gonna hit the $1,000 goal, but I think I'm gonna maybe lower my goal to like 700, I think. So hopefully I make 700. I'm pretty pleased with how it's going considering the rain. So I'm gonna set you up and let you see what's going on inside my booth, but who knows? Happy Saturday. So yesterday I ended up doing pretty good. I made a little bit over $600, which is really good, especially because the booth fee was only $70, and a lot of other events that I have been doing lately, except for last weekend Market for Makers, have been really not super good compared to the booth fee. So I'm really pleased with that. But I do kind of have a couple of thoughts, not even really related to the Market Elaine, kind of just related to like my own ability to do the Market Elaine. Like, it was definitely a pretty good market, and it was pretty good traffic considering the weather situation, and I really did like it, and I would like to do it again, but I don't know if I am really going to be able to do it again, mostly because it is Friday. So because it's Friday, Eden had to take off work, and it's a night market, so I'm already going to have to be out late, and the fact that it's 2 hours away, it just didn't feel super safe coming home in a way, because by the time I got done breaking down, I had to take my lights down, which kind of takes me a little bit of time. So I had to break all that down, pack my car, and then because it was so late, I wanted to go ahead and stop and get something to eat and drink on the way home. And I went to McDonald's, and the McDonald's was really, really slow. So I didn't end up getting back to my house until about 1 in the morning, and I was really tired, and it just didn't feel like super safe to me. So unfortunately, I don't know if I'm gonna be willing to do it again. I don't know. It just felt like to me, it was obviously a good market, and like I would like to do it again, especially I would like to do it again when the weather's good. But 2 hours each way, so like 4 hours total. It's just a lot of time to commit to driving for that, and also just because of how late it was just like a little bit too stressful in my opinion. I will say I did really like it though, so if you're close to the Market Elaine, or if you don't mind the drive, like definitely you should do it. I really liked that we were able to park really close to where our spots were, so we could just like park and unload basically like from our car to our spot. So I liked that, so I didn't have to do any like crazy like unload all my stuff and then like find parking and then come back and set up. So I really liked that, and I really liked the easy access to the car during the market in case I needed to get anything. But yeah, I thought it was really well ran. The people who ran it were like super nice and super attentive, and like came around and like talked to us. But I think if it was like on like a Saturday during the day, that would be much more optimal for me. So it's just kind of like, even if it was like a Saturday night, it would be better. But because it's on Friday, there's just like a bunch of rigmarole that has to get done for me to do it. So, and also like I have to take into account that my time and gas and food are also like things I have to like take out of that profit. So I'll have to think about it. I obviously have another month to think about it. Well, I guess I don't have another month to think about it, but a month to gear up emotionally for it, because I do have to pay the vendor fee like next week, I think. So I'll have to think about if I want to do it or not, because also I was considering taking off like all of August. So if I did that, I wouldn't be taking off all of August. So I kind of have to think about what I want to do in terms of that, because I mean I would really like to see what it would be like on a really good day that didn't have bad weather. So I'll have to think about it. I'll think about it this weekend if I want to pay the vendor fee, because also like $70 is not a bad vendor fee at all for the market, because there was consistent good traffic except for kind of like when it rained and stuff like that. But yeah, so that is how the Market Elaine went. I really like it. I definitely recommend it if you are close by and can do it. So I'll just have to think about if I want to do it or not. But now we have the whole weekend to hang out and do stuff. It's actually Saturday afternoon. We just kind of like played around the house here. But I think I'm going to go ahead and end the craft fair vlog portion of this vlog. And I think we're going to go to Universal later and try to ride the roller coaster. So if we do anything fun this weekend, I will definitely include that. But if you don't want to watch that, you can go ahead and drop off here. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more behind the scenes small business content and craft fair vlogs. And I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye!
Space been weaker, it's been waiting for the right day. Like the right day ever comes, now it's Friday and nothing's changed. Mistakes that everyone is making, but I can't change. I'm stuck in reverse like an old Benz. Forgot to tap it up. Now I long for another day where things fall into place. So if you're down, I'll be down. Pack your bags, fill them up. We can go tonight, take a flight to a higher ground. How does that sound? How does that sound? So strange, why it always feel like it's too late. Waiting another year and it's too late, but that's not true.